Hello, everybody. I'd like to share a small piece of Torah with you. The piece of Torah that I would like to share is really just a paragraph worth. Here, again, I'm going to be reading from Sefer Tanya, this time chapter 26, Perek Chaf Vav. The Baal Tanya is writing in this chapter about Simcha. He writes several elements. I will hold back and in this lesson only read the first part. The first part reads as follows: Perek Chaf Vav, Baram Kegon Da. When it comes to defeating the Yetzer Hara, when it comes to having any spiritual victory, Tzarech Lo'odi Klal Gadol. Tzarech Lo'odoi Klal Gadol. I need to inform you of a very important principle. And what is that principle? He says it as follows: Ki kamoshen nitzachon. Just as when it comes to victory, lenatzech davar gashmi, to have some sort of victory in a physical matter. Like when you have two men and they're wrestling one another. And each one wants to knock the other one down. If one of them is feeling lazy, or a sense of laziness, or his body feels heavy, then Yenutzach Bekal, he will be defeated easily. V'yipol, and he'll fall. Gam imhu gibor yoser mechavero, even if he happens to be stronger than his friend. Kocha mamish, in the exact same way, benitzachon hayetzer, when it comes to defeating the Yetzer Hara, and to have one's godly soul dominate and be in control of his life. I efshar lenatzcho, it's impossible to defeat the Yetzer Hara be'atzlus, if you're feeling lazy or tired. Uchvedus, or if you're feeling a sense of being weighted down. Hanimshachos, and these feelings of laziness or feeling heavy, they come from atzvus v'timtum halev, from a sense of depression and having one's mind or heart blocked, ka'evan, so that your heart feels like a rock. It's impossible to defeat anything or anyone if you feel this sense of laziness and depression. Ki'im, the only way you can succeed in defeating the Yetzer Hara is bizrizus hanimshachas misimcha psichas alei v'taraso mikol nidnud daiga ve'etzev ba'olam. The only way that the Yetzer Hara can be defeated, meaning the only way that a human being can have a sense of victory in this world, is if he can bring to the fight zrizus. Zrizus is a quickness of action, a quickness of attitude. In English, the word is alacrity, which is not used very frequently in regular English. But the idea of acting quickly. Where does that come from? So the Baal Tanya says it comes from a sense of simcha and openness of heart, or freedom of heart, that is cleansed from any trace of worry and sadness in the world. The Baal Tanya is saying something that I think we all realize, whether we want to realize it or not, is that a sense of simcha is internal. It's an attitude. The attitude can have an abundance of causes on any given day, but the attitude has to be predominant, because only with that attitude can you win through the day. You see, I think most of us think, and in most of us I mean myself, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, we think that we are happy because we have succeeded, because we have been victorious. That leads to simcha. And the Baal Tanya here is saying, you've got it 180 degrees in reverse. The reason you are victorious is because you are happy. And here he explains happiness doesn't mean, hello, I'm so happy. Rather, it's almost a physical element of attitude in the body, of having freedom of movement and freedom of mind, not to be weighed down by different worries. It's not victory that leads to joy, it's joy that leads to victory. And the definition of joy is not to feel blocked up and stopped up and heavy and weighted down. But joy means to feel free and to feel light and to feel like your mind is open to the possibilities of having another